A very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Welcome back to your English language classes. This is the second video of the second chapter, which is noun. In our previous video, we discussed how a child learns about noun, how he learns that language, okay, any language. So if we are talking about English, we had a sequence, a series of events which enabled that child to learn all the different types of noun, firstly collective, then proper noun, then material noun, abstract noun, and collective noun. Okay, so these 5 types of nouns he studied about. Okay, and then now what will happen, he was at the end of that while learning the collective nouns, okay, class, soldier, army, while learning this he was in school. Okay, so now what will happen, someday a teacher will come and say that I request all of you to sit only 2 students on one bench, or he will come to know there are 35 or 40 or 50 of us. So what I'm trying to say, that he will learn counting, okay, and then he will identify these 2 things, try to relate these 2 things. He will relate the concept of different things, places and people with the concept of numbers. Based on it, he will come to know that noun can also be countable. Okay, let's say he would say that one book. Okay, he would say one book. Then he would say one pencil box. Okay, so like that he will 2 pencil boxes, 3 books. Like that he will mix those concepts together to communicate well, to give a clear picture, communicate well. Okay, so countable nouns, while using in sentences, countable nouns can have 2 types of prefix before them to represent that they are countable nouns. Okay, what are those 2 types? First type, that we can put articles, 2 articles, a and an. These 2 articles we can put before countable nouns to show that they are countable nouns. For example, if I would say a tiger, a lion, a book, a pen, a shirt, a phone, okay, these things are countable nouns. Or an elephant, an egg. But my dear students, one thing I am very sure you already know, but if you don't know, I would like to tell you that an is not always placed before vowels. It could also be placed before consonant if the word is making a sound, a vowel sound. If the word is starting with a vowel sound, we have to use an. Like for example, R, H-O-U-R, hour. Okay, we call it R, 1 hour, 2 hour, 5 hour. Okay, so we cannot use a hour. I have been there for an hour. No, I am sitting here from an hour. No, we have to say an hour. Why? Because while saying R, the first sound which comes out of our mouth is A, and A is an vowel sound. Okay, A, E, A, O, these are vowel sounds. Okay, U, Hana. So A, E, I, O, U. If this type of sound is coming, then we have to use an, and if rest of all the sounds A to Z except these 5, we have to use A. So A or an we can use. And the second thing, we can use prefixes like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 5088. Okay, or we can use some, many, few, Hana. So these prefixes also we can use. For example, few books are kept on the table. Many people have gathered in the fields. Some devotees have come to visit the temple. So these types of sentences we can use. Okay, there are 2 ways. Then the child now learns and now knows about the countable nouns. Okay, he knows that if whenever something I can count, there is a noun, I can count it. Then he will go home and he will think that okay, this is very good. Now that child went to one day he went to picnic. Okay, picnic he went, and there was a river. Beside that river His family was gathered. Okay, he was sitting quietly watching the river at a distance flowing water. He thought that water is also a noun. That he is a very curious child, very curious. He thought that okay, water is also a noun, but how many waters are flowing? Water is flowing. He tried to count it. He tried too hard. He tried in all the ways. And when he was unable to count it, he asked his elders, the people who are, big people, his uncle, aunt, father, mother, grandparents. He asked that, can you count the water for me? Please, I want to count it, but I am unable to. Teach me how to count water. Then they explained him that no, water cannot be counted. There are certain nouns, there are certain things which cannot be counted. Like you cannot count water, you cannot count wind, you cannot count sunlight. Okay, you cannot count land. These things you cannot count. Then he thought, okay, yes. So they are called uncountable nouns. Okay. Then he went home and tried to ponder upon, reflect upon what he had learned today. And he also, related abstract noun with this concept. That okay, the abstract ones are also uncountable, because a happy something cannot be one happy or two happy or five happy. Something can be happy or much more happy, less happy. So he thought that okay, one or two happy it cannot be, but more or less happy it can be, isn't it? So he came to the conclusion that okay, uncountable nouns can have the prefixes like some, little, more, too much, a lot of, very few. These some, so these prefixes can be added to it. Like some sunlight is falling. A sunlight is falling. Many sunlights are falling. No, some sunlight is falling. Little sunlight is falling. Okay, got it? So this way he came to fully understand that okay, nouns can be countable and uncountable. These two types. I hope this much is clear for you. Okay, then one day he was walking around in a park. He was in a zoo, rather. He was in a zoo, walking around here and there. Then there was a red colored stone that was looking a little bit different. So he asked his guide, what is this? He said, it's a stone. When he said it's a stone, he quickly identified that okay, stone is a countable noun. Henceforth, he said that it's a stone. If it was uncountable noun, he must have said this is a stone. Okay. So he said a stone, that means it's a countable noun. Okay, stone is a countable noun. Very good. It was very good, calm, relaxed. Suddenly he saw a wall made up of yellow colored stones. Then he asked that guy again, what are those things which are making up that wall? What is that wall made up of? So he said that this wall is made up of a stone. Then he got confused. That this is a stone wall. He said, this is a stone wall. Then he got confused that there it was one stone. So he said it is a stone. This is made up of a stone. This is a stone wall. Then it is made up of a stone. Stones also we can say, but this is made up of stone also we can say. So stone, that means what is it? What is going on? Let me tell you, my dear students. He then realized that okay, there are a few exceptions. Exceptions are, the favorite thing of English language. Everywhere there are exceptions. Okay, and they are the most interesting things rather. So here in this case, there are a few exceptions given in the book. I would like to read it for you. Shampoo. If I would say shampoo keeps your hair healthy. Which shampoo? All the shampoo in the world. Okay. Or if I would say here is a shampoo. That means one shampoo. So it can be used as both countable and uncountable nouns. Few words are there. These are exceptions. Okay. Let's say tea. Tea is not, drinking tea every day is not healthy for us. Too much tea can be dangerous for us. So which tea? All the tea present in the world. Or if I would say here is a tea, give me a tea. That means one cup of tea I am talking about. So this way it can be used. Similarly, coffee, land, है ना? I have a land in my village. That means I have a piece of land. Land is in my village. The land is very productive, very fertile. That means it's not a countable noun. In my village there is so many plots, so it's an uncountable this way. These words can be used both as countable and uncountable noun. Land, snow, cake, space, pain, protest, fear, business, pleasure, war, success, difficulty, etc. I would give you this as a homework to think of, ponder upon, just like that child. Okay, and also suggest me a name for him because he is going to be with us the whole year. Also suggest me, or suggest me this also, that he should be a boy or she should be a girl, which we are talking about, who is learning with us. Okay, and a name also. And these two are your homeworks today. A name for that child, and these sentences you have to make two sentences from each of these words, one as in the form of a countable noun and one in the form of an uncountable noun. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you very much for watching this video till here.